Well, I believe in immersion mentoring, which means I just don't tell my students, this is how you do it, but I place them in a situation and I have them show me how they do it. Two of my undergraduate research assistants accompanied me to Houston to attend the 4Cs conference, so college communication and composition, and they had done research with me for the semester, 3 credit hour course in undergraduate research, and they were in Houston, and what was very rewarding for me was watching my 2 research assistants in an audience of 200 professors and seeing a huge screen with their data coming up and hearing questions from the audience and knowing the answers to those questions because they had done that research. And I think that that national opportunity presented those 2 individuals, and these are 19-year-old students, to be present at a national venue and to realize that what they do at Kent State as an undergraduate makes a difference at the national level.
The summer undergraduate research experience was an intense 8-week full-time commitment between a student and myself to work at furthering their professional goals. And what we did specifically was to try to finish an honors thesis and to run a study from start to finish. The challenges were it's a lot of time for both the faculty member and the student, and what this really does is it provides release time for a student not to be working and not to be in class during those 8 weeks of the summer so that they can devote themselves to the lab. And they quickly come to find that 40 hours a week is a lot of time in the lab. I like to push people further than they thought that they could go, not in terms of workload, but in terms of professional development. And it's kind of like having a coach or a personal trainer or an insider. You know, if you were able to sit down with Warren Buffett and talk about your investment portfolio, you'd learn a lot. And so in the same sense, if you have somebody that's doing the thing that you want to do when you're done with your education, that's a huge advantage in terms of understanding what it really means to get there.
This is very far from where I thought it would be when I was in college. I wanted to end up in New York City working in the glamour of the fashion magazine world. But because I had the opportunity to explore that world while I was at Kent, I realized that it wasn't for me. And that allowed me to really analyze how I best fit into the industry. And I realized that I wanted to use fashion for a source of good. My business is called Neighbors Apparel, and we exist to create employment for refugee women who live in Akron, and we do that through fashion. When they get here to the States, there's a lot of cultural barriers to obtaining employment. Language, childcare, lack of experience, things like that. So what we want to do is create jobs that already use a talent that they have. Many of these women learned the weaving and seamstress skills growing up in their cultures. It's inherent to their culture, right? So we thought, why not take this talent that already exists and is totally underutilized and create employment with it. I feel I've been challenged to change the conversation both in fashion but also about refugees. A lot of people have this perspective about people who come to our country and that they don't want to contribute or don't learn English. I really just want to help break down those stereotypes with Neighbors Apparel.
I felt embraced when I got there. And it really helped me to see that, you know, it was diversity in action, basically. So like I really got to see how other cultures live and how other people in other countries, like how they do things and how their whole economic system and their health systems are set up. And I feel like it really helped me be globally ready for the world. My goal while I'm here is to change myself into somebody that I want to be after I graduate. I want to be ready for the world. I want to be ready to, you know, do all the great things I feel like I can do. And then after I graduate, I really want to go on and achieve my dreams of being a nurse practitioner and bringing good health care to the world. I feel like I have a family at Kent State. It's a great place and that you can really find yourself here.